Hello.
Hiya.
I just rushed in here because I had to get another chair. And I was like, whoa. So I tried to fix the blue light thing that happens with my glasses. I think I
hmm
somewhat fixed it now. Sorta, kinda.
Well, it looks a little better, sort of, kind of.
There you go. What up, Joe? So Joe here that just joined gave us a peace sign. He has a bleach piece that's really dope. Then Jenny has several Pokemon mashups that I have with her. A bunch of people joining right now. So I guess we're gonna give it a few minutes before we start. What's up?
What's going on with you?
I literally just finished that to me a few minutes ago. We were talking on the phone a few seconds ago.
What up?
What's up? Thank you, everybody, joining. We got 8 so far, 9. And the number keeps rising and dropping and rising.
The ebbs and flows.
Yeah. The ebb and flow. Yeah, I got to coordinate here, too.
Let's get everything.
Go.
Okay. Looks good. All right.
Oh, there's a lot of hearts. Just a lot of hearts.
Always a good sign.
That's always a good sign, yes. So we're about 3 minutes in. Let's shoot it. Let's go.
Bam.
So first order of business.
Yes.
What do we have on the podcast today?
Well, we got some. DC is they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. They're doing some overhauling, or they're looking to anyway.
Yep. So it looks like they're gonna go ahead and try to overhaul the whole DC universe, or that's what there's rumors. There's nothing confirmed yet.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're talking about is overhauling the whole DC universe and actually using Henry Cavill again as Superman and be a catalyst, because they said that he's underused, or Superman as a character is underused, which I do agree. I don't know how you feel about it, but they're definitely trying to go ahead and bring him back into the fold. It is kind of messed up that Henry Cavill is the strongest Superman since Christopher Reeves, and really take over the role. You know what I mean? Like really own it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brandon Routh was cool, but he's not Chris Reeves, and he's also not Christopher Reeves, because Chris Reeves was actually the first portrayal of Superman as well. You know, and unfortunately he had a tragic end. He died. Well, both of them, ironically, unfortunately died. But Henry Cavill took the mantle, and he's like really running with it. And then now what they're talking about is overhauling everything, making a darker, grittier universe, more based on realism, like Christopher Nolan's universe, and doing the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, leaving the Matt Reeves Batman, and I don't know what they're planning on doing. Maybe doing a grittier Superman, just like they did with Henry Cavill. So that's what they're talking about. But what have you heard? Because that's what I've read on like almost every forum that I've read.
Same. I've read that as well. I've read that they're basically trying to go the MCU route. They want their own Kevin Feige to overlook everything, bring some continuity into it, which would be, I mean, that's really the recipe for success. And the thing is, it's funny because unlike Marvel, who had to attain back most of their IPs and they still don't have their arguably most popular one, Spider-Man, DC has the luxury of basically owning most of, if not all, their IPs, if I'm correct. So
yeah, yes and no, because there is a lot of things going on with like the Bill Finger family, the creator of Superman as well. Whereas in DC owns it, but they don't. Like the same thing. They have to make a movie or a property within a time frame, or use the character within a time frame, or if not, it gets forfeited over to the families. But I'm sorry, I just cut you off. But yeah, That's
No,
pretty
no,
much it.
no, no. Yes. So I think, and like I said, I think Marvel has basically laid down the recipe for success. And I think, like I said, DC has, I mean, they've been around longer. They have Superman, they have Batman, they have Wonder Woman, the big Trinity. They have all these characters that they can do stuff with. And we've only seen but a fraction of them. I mean, we still have like Deadpool. We have, DC has Lobo. They can do something with, all the Robins. There's so much stuff that they can do that we have still into the TV aspect. Because like how Marvel is, how they're integrating with their TV aspect, I think that's DC's best bet. How they're doing Peacemaker, I think was a success. Um, you're gonna have the Arkham Knight series, so I think that it
Gotham Knight.
just gives them,
Yep.
yeah. So it's just gonna give them free reign to do whatever they want to do if they can get on track. That's the thing, and we've seen successful, not continuity, but we've seen, Matt Reeves Batman, Joker. So we've seen them have some success, but the only thing is that now we just have to bring it into continuity. That's really the only thing that's missing, is just linking it all together.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I also think they're going the route of the multiverse as well, their own multiverse. So something that's been talked about even now, and then what maybe Discovery Channel is going to be doing, which is they're going to have different universes together. And the Flash was supposed to be the anchor for all that, but now Flash and Ezra Miller and everything's up in danger. Like, it's all up in the air right now, which we'll get into that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also cool things like you just mentioned, Gotham. There's Arkham, which is going to be its own thing. I forgot the name of the actual show. And then they're also going to do Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is a prequel to the video game that's coming out. So Stephanie Brown, which is a spoiler, is going to be in it. I always forget the name of the actor, but the actor that does Castiel in Supernatural, he's going to be Harvey Dent.
Yes.
So that's really cool. They're going to also introduce Duel Sense.
I think his name is Misha Collins, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. And that's really cool. I mean, that's a really smart casting choice, to be honest with you. But again, it's a CW thing, so it's going to be its own thing as well, where it's going to be part of the Flash universe. I would think that's going to be part of the Flash universe, since it is CW, and they like to keep things with continuity. Which, is a shame, too, because we had stuff like Matt Ryan, as Constantine, and we never got to see him, really flourish into his own show again. We just got him in, Legends of Tomorrow, which is, it's all right. It's a cool show, but it's not great, And, the way it's going about, they have a really smart casting for the Gotham Knights series, which is going to be the prequel to the game. So I'm excited for that, which is going to show, I think, the death of Batman. That's what's rumored. They're going to show the death of Batman, which they haven't casted.
Okay.
And then they're also going to do the whole multiverse thing. So at the end of the day, I think what Discovery Channel is going to do is they're going to do the multiverse thing, put out the Flash movie, bring in continuity, clap it together, cut and paste, and then bring in a whole new universe.
I mean, that's the best bet. But now, we can get into it now with Ezra Miller's Flash. Now we don't know because it really is, like you said, the best bet to bring it into continuity. Like, it's timelines, it's Flashpoint, it's everything that you need to bring into the continuity and to ignite the multiverse aspect. But now, with that being up in the air, I mean, we don't even know if we're gonna, I'm getting to the point where I don't even know if we're gonna get to see this movie.
Yeah, it's kind of scary because, so Urza just got arrested again, I think yesterday, right? He threw a chair at somebody at a party and cut a 1-inch gash across her forehead. So, I mean, dude, Urza's kind of out of control. But then again, everybody goes ahead and says, oh, these guys are being looked at as role models and blah, blah. Don't. They're actors, man. They're acting a role on screen. They're going to mess up. Look at Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. for years was a complete mess up. And then, boom, he's Iron Man now. So it comes to a point where it's do you guys look at these people as like the second coming of Christ? You know, it's like no, they're human just like you and I. You know what I mean? And they're gonna make mistakes. Like they shouldn't be penalized fully. But I mean, I guess actions do have to be, taken in the situation. But it is what it is. You know.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate, and you hate to see it. You hate to see it with anybody, especially like I said, Ezra Miller, and Fantastic Beasts just came out, and obviously he has a part to play in that. So I wonder how that's going to get received. I mean, they don't even know if they're going to do Fantastic Beasts 4, if they're going to continue it. They're waiting to see how the box office goes for this third movie and this third installment.
Well, it's
So,
supposed to be a
but
very disappointing opening weekend too. So it's the most disappointing Harry Potter opening or Harry Potter-esque opening in the whole franchise.
mm-hmm.
So let's see what they do with that.
Yeah. So, and then also in similar news, Eternals and Joker actor Barry Keoghan also had an incident. He had a
Yep.
public communication incident. So we're just really seeing it with these actors, and it's unfortunate. And I was wondering if this maybe has, and because we've heard actors like Samuel Jackson and other actors speak out against method acting, I'm wondering if that by any chance has a role to play in it, and maybe it's taking a toll on them. I'm curious to know. There's no way to know, but
Well, I think that's something that we should have researched before this because we don't even know if they're method actors. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The guy that's playing Joker, he's really good in everything he's done. And the thing is, you kind of expect it because his roles are more deranged, whereas Urza's roles are more heroic and, fast action and like happy-go-lucky. His are not. His are a lot more serious, a lot more mental. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of expecting from him. I hope they don't recast him. He's an amazing Joker. That little bit that we saw, if it would have been part of the movie, it would have been stolen the whole film. Just stole the whole film.
Yeah, me and you both agree. We're glad they didn't put it in there
Yeah.
because it would have just been too hard in there.
For the Arkham City show or the Arkham show that they're putting out, that Matt Reeves is actually producing and directing through as well. Kind of like the whole thing with Peacemaker and James Gunn. And they're saying that he wants to use him for the show. And he's thinking about not even putting him in the movies.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be opposed to that because, yes, obviously Joker is the big gun when it comes to Batman. Everybody knows that. But me and you have talked about there's other ways they can go. Like, for example, seeing what they've done with the Riddler, maybe they could do something similar with the Mr. Freeze. Maybe we can bring him more mainstream. Or maybe we can get another attempt at Bane and see what they can do with Bane.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm really hoping for. Spoilers are out. It's on HBO Max. I'm going to talk about it freely. There's a scene where he uses an adrenaline shot. And you know what? It looks like Venom. And it makes him rage out. And I would not be opposed to him being the one that fights Bane in the next one. Or rather, Bane being the next villain. Whereas in Bane's a scientist. Bane's extremely smart. He's the only villain to ever figure out who Bruce Wayne was, who Batman was, rather, first. Like, he was the one that figured him out, figured out where he lived, figured out everything on his own. On his own. No help, no nothing. He figured it out. And that's how Nightfall happened. I don't know if you read that storyline, but that's where Batman breaks his back.
Yeah.
Well, Bane breaks Batman's back, but yeah. So I'm excited to see where that happens. I hope it's Bane. I'm really hoping it's Bane. Even though Mr. Freeze is my favorite out of all the villains, his whole rogues gallery, Bane would be my second favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, because especially now that we've seen the Riddler, which pushes him to that mental aspect, Bane, you get a little bit of both worlds. You get the best of both worlds. Because and then I think now that we've seen the more methodical aspect, we want to see a more pushing him to his physical limits, as long as still mental. But let's see him get pushed to his physical limits. And we don't know how long after the Batman it's going to take place. so we don't know, the time gap. But
Yeah,
I mean, if
the Batman was 2 years in, so it was
mhm.
pretty much year two, even though it was really played as year one. Um, so let's see where he's at in 5 years. I think that was the goal too with Matt Reeves. He's supposed to be doing a 2 year, then 5 year, then 10 year gap. So it'd be fantastic to see that jump in time. You know what I mean? And see what rogues he has to deal with, especially with the Arkham show. You can literally bring him in, travel the whole Arkham show as well as like a secondary character, which he's supposed to be part of, I believe. And then bam, there you go. Now we got a bunch of Robert Pattinson Batman. Hopefully not all of his Bruce Wayne, because nobody likes his Bruce Wayne. a lot of Robertson's Batman. And then we get a lot of the movies as well to boost that and make it really go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
So
let's see
I
what happens.
mean, yeah, for my money's worth, Robert Pattinson's already said it. I would love to see Court of Owls. I would
Oof.
love to see him
Alan?
do that.
Yeah, I'd be down for that too. He's also said he's not opposed to a Robin now. So Matt Reeves was like, there's never going to be a Robin in my series. And now he's like, well, maybe. And Robert Pattinson, the same thing. He's like, there's never going to be a Robin. And now it's like, oh, well, I mean, if there's a Robin. Although he trolled, he's like, if there's a Robin, he better have some cake. So it's kind of funny. I just hope it's not a young Robin, because that'd be terrible. Very terrible. But they did
Yeah.
mention Blood, which is Nightwing's territory. They mentioned all that. So let's see
Mm-hmm.
what happens. You know?
So yeah, I mean, I wonder what Robin they would choose, because I would assume that since they already dropped Bloodhaven, Dick Grayson is the first Robin, that probably would be the easiest route to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? Because now introducing the Joker, you could go Jason Todd. I doubt they're gonna go Damian Wayne. I highly, highly doubt that.
Dude, they haven't
Tim
introduced
Drake.
Talia. He doesn't meet Talia till later anyway. I mean, I think Damien's way far out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if they even do Damien, which I doubt they will. So,
I would love to see it live action one day,
a
but you have
Damien?
to flesh it out a lot.
Watch Titans. He's in there.
That's true, but live action.
It is live action.
Talking
Titans
about
is
Damien.
live action. Yeah, Damien's in it. He's in the last season, I believe.
Okay, I remember them introducing Tim Drake.
They introduced Tim, they introduced Dick, they introduced Jason, and I believe
Mm.
they just introduced Damien.
Okay, so I have to look into that.
Yeah, I believe. Pretty sure. But yeah.
Interesting.
So now on the dark side of comics, since we're on Batman, why don't we move on to the Blade aspect of things?
Yes, there we go.
So that's the darker side because it's like Midnight Suns, Moon Knight, which you've seen all the episodes so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen all the episodes. Dude, I love what they're doing. Let's go to Moon Knight really quick before we go to Blade so we can talk about that. Holy crap. It's mind-blowingly awesome. What are your takes?
Well, like I said from the first time we talked about it, they putting Khonshu out to the forefront, which I love. I like their take on the costume. Take on the costume is really nice. How he's saying it's giving him healing properties, it's giving him some super elevated aspect. I love the crescent darts in the chest, how he just takes them out and just uses them almost like the Robert Pattinson bat symbol with the tactical knife aspect. And the story is great. I love the whole Egyptian god lore. It's like you said, it's fantastic. It really is.
There was a whole conversation I had with well, he's gone now, Baron von Vogel. He was at the shop the other day getting tattooed by one of our resident artists, Mel Vespertine, and we had a conversation about it. And the cool thing is, dude, they're using one of my favorite artists, like his look for the suit for Moon Knight, not Mr. Knight, which is David Finch. David Finch is one of the baddest MFs in the whole comic book community. He's super nice, super awesome, super talented. And his art designs are ridiculous. His character designs are ridiculous. He took over Batman for a bit, which I think him breaking into Moon Knight was a stepping stone for him to move into Batman and the DC universe. And dude, amazing. I think Moon Knight's going to take it over. I think Moon Knight's going to be a staple. It's going to be an anchor for the MCU for sure. Midnight Suns is possibly on the horizon. We've talked about it in almost every podcast. You know, and I believe that if they do Midnight Suns, it's going to be a very cool aspect of everything because you got Doctor Strange, you got Blade, you got Ghost Rider, you got Moon Knight, and then you can bring in the Defenders, the street level guys, which is Punisher, Daredevil, Iron Fist, if you decide to re-bring him in, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones. Dude, you have such a format that you can just build off of. Soaked.
Agreed. And the other thing I'm liking about the show is Oscar Isaac. I mean, he just, the way he switches in and out is amazing. Like, we're only 3 episodes in, or the 4th one came out today, but I've only seen up to 3. But I'm already convinced that nobody else could have played Moon Knight besides Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, same. And you know what's the really good part about this? He's the executive producer. I didn't realize it until the other day. When I was looking at the credits, executive producer is Oscar Isaac. And I was like, what? They find out he read into it more. He's actually a fan of Moon Knight.
Oh.
So
you can tell. You can tell. Like, he really took this character by the horns, and he embraced the whole aspect of the Moon Knight, Mark Spector, Steve Grant. Like, he embraced everything. So I'm not surprised by that.
It hasn't been touched upon yet.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully by the end of the series. I'm not going to speak on it because that's a spoiler, but there is one more personality.
Yes.
So let's see. And then on that note, Blade. Let's go right into the Blade aspect.
Yep.
So, Tyrese comes out, puts out a post about Blade, and the internet breaks and goes, what? What's going on here? You know? And then boom. You know? It's crazy.
I mean, so it's rumored that he's going to be replacing, I hope I don't butcher his name, Mahershala Ali. So I hope not. But like you said, coming off the back of Morbius, they probably...
I don't think good. No. Sorry. Go off that fast.
No, definitely not. I don't think they should. I don't think they will. I think that's a rumor. If anything, I think he'll maybe just be joining the cast, like you said, coming off the back of Morbius. But as far as replacing him, I highly, highly doubt that. Especially because we already have him almost solidified. Like, you know that's his voice. At the end of Eternals, in the end credit scene, come on, we all know that's his voice. So that's already somewhat pre-established right then and there. And I don't see them going back on that.
Me neither. I think Mr. Ali's the perfect fit for Blade. Tyrese would be a cheap replacement. I hate to say it like that, but he can't hold the mantle, man. I'm sorry. I personally don't think he can. I know a lot of people have had this conversation, even with you. No, I think the Morbius aspect of things, maybe he's the vampire cop coming in, maybe he's something else, but definitely not. Definitely not. So,
I agree.
hey, buddy. Drop dead Fred's here. But yeah, man, I think we're gonna keep Mahershala. I hope they keep him, and I hope we go into the Midnight Suns. I think that's the right move. So
I want to see if and when they bring in Ghost Rider and how they're gonna go about that. I think that they'll do Johnny Blaze just because he's the most, I guess, mainstream. Kevin Feige is a big geek and he loves his deep cuts, so we might actually be able to get Danny Ketch. We saw Robbie Reyes in the Shield series, so I don't know if maybe they want to...
Well, that's all canon now, too.
I was just about to say, so that's canon now, so maybe they want to go Robbie Reyes, which I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Robbie Reyes because it's still we can get him more fleshed out in a series or in a movie.
Yeah.
So let's see what they do with that.
Yeah. I hope they go the right route, man, because that would be really awesome. If they go the right way, I don't see that, especially the Marvel formula. If they could do the cosmic thing that they're doing or the sci-fi thing they're doing now, I think it'll kill it. So, what's next on the docket?
What else we got? Thor: Love and Thunder teaser.
Dude, the Mighty Thor aspect of things, which is Natalie Portman's character, Jane Foster's character. Wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Mind blown. The reforged Mjolnir. Holy crap. Like, you can see the lightning like breaking through the cracks. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Now, if only they could bring in Beta Ray Bill. That'd be amazing.
Maybe.
But, yeah, I mean, they've been saying maybe since Ragnarok, though. They've been saying it since, like, Dark World, really. You know?
Yeah.
But, remember, he could be a Guardians of the Galaxy character. He is a cosmic force. So we don't know, man. We don't know. Let's see what the Guardians of the Galaxy characters will bring. But maybe, excuse me, I cracked. Maybe we'll get Beta Ray Bill as a new character that's going to be part of the new team for Guardians of the Galaxy.
That would be awesome.
And you don't know because he dropped. So Thor drops Stormbreaker, he buries it, and he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
So Beta Ray Bill's weapon of choice is Stormbreaker.
So I think. Well, I'll say first initial thoughts. And me and you said we loved right from the beginning the comic book outfit as he's running through the forest. Loved that. And I think this is going to be a mix of, I think, the first Thor and Thor Ragnarok. Because it's definitely going to have some fun aspects. You got Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to be hard not to have the fun aspects in it. But like you said, I definitely think we're going to get another trailer. And it's probably going to showcase Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher at least a little bit. Or maybe some glimpses.
They have to.
Yeah. So, and obviously that's the other aspect. So with Gore the God Butcher, you got to take a darker tone. So like you're gonna have some like lightheartedness. You're gonna have your Guardians of the Galaxy or your Asgardians of the Galaxy. But when Gore comes in, it's straight hellfire. Like
yeah, he's the God Butcher.
Yeah.
Which is so you saw the giant corpse, the Thor and Korg, they come across on the mountain. So I think I sent you the link where he talks about it. He's like, oh, I knew that god. He was from such and such realm. The last time I saw him, we were waving at each other through the Rainbow Bridge. You know what I mean? So It was crazy. Like, that's Gore's kill. I don't know if anybody's even noticed. That's Gore's kill. So, I don't know, man. I think this is going to be a great Thor movie. I think it's going to be the best Thor movie. That new costume? Whoa, bro. Wow. Wow. With the bright gold chest plates, the breakthrough. Oh, dude. Amazing.
Not to mention, we also saw a glimpse at Russell Crowe, Zeus.
Yeah. So that means Hercules.
Hey, that's where I was going.
That means Hercules, and that means Thor and Hercules fighting. Which is going to be awesome.
I think if we get to see that, it's going to top when we saw him and the Hulk and Thor Ragnarok throwdown. That would definitely top it.
Yep. So, I think it's going to, I think it's going to be? I think there's going to be a lot of, like we said, Ragnarok, but I think it's going to be like specifically the beginning of Ragnarok where he's with Suter. And he's like, Thor, Odin's son. He's like, Suter, son of a bitch. Like, I love that scene. That scene's the best scene of the movie, man. But yeah, man, I think that's where we're going with it. I'm really stoked about it.
Yeah, I think the next trailer we get is gonna be more like showing the more grittier side of it. Because this, like I said, this one was the teaser. It's the introduction. You want to see, and plus we just seen. I like the little like looked like the workout montage they were giving him at the beginning, getting
With
back
the
in.
pains.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a great movie. I'm excited for Doctor Strange, which I'm doing the whole theater thing again for. So that's gonna be exciting. So
ooh,
yeah, yeah. So let's see how that goes. I'm probably gonna see Doctor Strange several times because that is one of my favorite heroes of all time. So since I was a kid, it's crazy. I'm supposed to be getting a back piece done by Leif Olsen. It's supposed to be Doctor Strange fighting Cthulhu, but Cthulhu is enormous. So Doctor Strange's joke is Doctor Strange Steven's gonna be this big in my back. He's just gonna be a speck somewhere. So let's see.
I would like to see that.
Years and years in the process, I'm sure. It's gonna be bad, but yeah, in a long time. So what? I know we have one more, right? One more subject, or are we good on the subjects right now?
Uh oh, I mean, if you wanted to get into the aspect of Thanos almost being Batman in the Snyderverse.
This is a good one to close out because this is awesome. So Josh Brolin was supposed to be casted instead of Ben Affleck originally as the darker, grittier, older Batman. Dude, I think he would have killed it. I think he would have been the best Frank Miller version of Batman there is.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ben Affleck right now is the best rendition of that. But I think if Josh Brolin would have been, that's it. It would have been over. Completely over.
Yeah, I mean, especially seeing him as Thanos and seeing him as Cable, you know he would have full on just given into the Dark Knight Frank Miller aspect. Would have gave us really gritty Batman, just looking
Broken,
for that.
whole,
Yeah,
kill. It would have been crazy.
just yeah, oh my, I would have loved it. I would have loved it. I think he would have knocked it out the park for
Well, now,
sure.
bro, because Discovery's taking over WB, that could be a possibility now.
That's right. That's right.
To add on to this, just so we can close it out proper, if you guys haven't seen the new bat suit for Michael Keaton in The Flash, if it even happens anymore, oh, any Tim Burton, Michael Keaton fan, Batman, will be insanely pleased with it. Because it's the suit in, like, real world. It did so good. I have no words.
No, like the first time I seen it, when you sent it to me, I stared at it for probably like 5 minutes, just
Yep.
looking at every detail of that suit and
You
just
still look
yeah, picturing seeing it live action, picturing Michael Keaton back in it. Oh yeah, yeah. I would pay good money to see that. Take
Yep.
take all the money.
Take all the money. He's not Barry Allen, but he's a good Flash, man. I can't knock it. It's a shame that he's going through all this right now, even though he's bringing it by his own accord. Like it's his fault,
Mhm.
essentially. Whatever. I hope they put out the movie.
Me too. I want to, and especially we're supposed to get Supergirl in that too.
Yep.
So
It's an alternate universe. Instead of Superman, we get Supergirl. So
So yeah, that would be. Also, we're supposed to get Keaton Batman and the Batgirl. We're supposed to get on HBO Max as well.
exactly, we're gonna get that too as well. I mean, I'm down for Keaton Batman. I haven't tattooed on my body, so I'm always down for that.
Yeah, Keaton Batman is forever like just top notch solidified for
Yeah,
sure.
first real big on-screen portrayal, which Adam West was the first one, but still, well, Adam West wasn't even the first one. It was The name doesn't come to me, but Adam West was the first big on-screen portrayal because of the Batman movie from the 70s, 80s, and then they have Michael Keaton taking over right after. So, but even then, Michael Keaton's still top notch.
Yeah, Mr. Mom himself.
Wow, you brought it back. Nice. All right, guys, that will be all for today. But tune in 2 weeks, possibly next week. We don't even know yet. We're gonna figure it out this week, and we'll go ahead and let you guys know what's up. And next time, just tune in, and you'll catch this one on YouTube at PopLink. So,
and make sure to subscribe while you're there.
Yes, subscribe. And leave us comments. Let us know what you want to hear about more. Let us know everything you want to talk about, what you want us to talk about. Feel free to join in the comment box. And then whenever we're doing live feeds, feel free to join in and just type in whatever you want to type in so we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Till next time. Goodbye.
Later, guys.